Welcome back, my fellow family members. This game is called 60 Seconds. It's a fairly short game, and I got it on the Steam sale for incredibly cheap. I wouldn't pay full price for this game, knowing what I know about it now. It's good, but not full price good. It's very short and very simple. I wouldn't be surprised if this was made for mobile, like tablets or more powerful cell phones than mine. I'm not gonna do, let's see. I don't have any game to continue because they're generally so short. Atomic Drill is basically a training mode where they take you through all the stages of the game and teach you the basics. Not gonna go through that. Apocalypse is the full atomic experience. We have to scavenge around our house for supplies, and then we have to survive the post-apocalypse in our fallout shelter. Or we can jump ahead to the scavenge stage, or just do the scavenge stage, or the last one, survival. I prefer the full version, because quite frankly it doesn't take that much more time at all. I'm not going to do Sar Bomba, the hard mode, because I have yet to beat it on Fat Man. It's actually fairly difficult to survive. There's a lot of randomness involved in this game. Also, the music is not from the game. I'll link the video in the description. This is Mega Drive, one of their full albums that's posted up on YouTube, presumably for legitly. I don't think it'll be pulled down anytime soon. So yeah, this is the first part of the game. We have a few seconds to find out where we want to start from, and I like starting as far away from the fallout shelter as possible. All these supplies that can highlighted are things that we can grab and take with us. We have 60 seconds to do it, to grab everything we need, including our family members. Go. Our daughter, she's a little bit big, so she takes 3 spaces. I'm not gonna grab little Jimmy or Timmy, whatever his name is just yet. Medkit, gas mask, incredibly useful. You'll definitely want, at the very minimum, the gas mask. Come on, grab the fucking water. Water is the other quickest way you will die. I'm missing my wife, I think. Where the fuck is she? There she is. The all-American wife. I've wasted a lot of time here. I'm not gonna have enough water. Oh god, this is gonna be a very quick game. Hell, I might even blow up here to the shelter. Oh no, I didn't make it! So that's what happens if you don't make it back to your fallout shelter in 60 seconds. You die. Damn it. Is it the end? No. We're just down one person. Fuck, I've never actually been down one person before. So Ted, the husband, did not make it. And we click our journal to continue. I'm surprised that the game can't continue if Ted dies there. Because normally you can have people in the fallout shelter there die through various adventures, and as long as you have one adult left, the game can continue. If it's just your kids, you're screwed. It's pretty much game over. The adults have to be there to run the show for some reason. Anyways, let's see if we can get better this time. 60 seconds. I actually have no idea what that is. A survival book? Whatever. The water is far more important. You have to drink water every 3 days, or you die. And if you start running really low, you better decide who's gonna live and who's gonna die. Ah, fuck, I can't take the radio. I have to have the radio, too. Oh, the radio was 1. Inventory space. I thought it was 2. Honestly, the only thing I don't like about this game are the big thumping noises whenever you're trying to run and get shit done. For some reason, that annoys me more than anything. Come on, honey. I'm definitely not going to leave you behind. 15 seconds. The gun would be nice. Okay, it takes up 2. This is the last stuff I'm going to be able to grab. There we go. Not even going to risk it trying to go out and get anything else. We sploosh our way down into the shelter. Thankfully, our daughter, Mary Jane, was there to break our fall. Gotta get them all. I don't know what that means. So here we go. Our fallout shelter. You can't click on anything, but it will tell you what you've got if you're curious, if you just highlight over it. Day 1. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is actually healthy for you. Okay. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. For a while, the couple first games I played, I thought that I was getting better and better and better, and that it rated your shelter versus your previous one, but I don't think it does. This is where you ration supplies. If you click on their head, you give them both water and food, or you can choose what to give them. One of these cans will do 4 servings. One of these bottles will do 4 servings, and this actually might be the best stock shelter I've ever had. Plenty of supplies, plenty of items. Day 1. We've always wanted to throw a party with a huge cake. For some reason, it never worked. One time, we were promised a great cake, and it turned out it was a lie. That was a disappointment. We weren't glad. We're definitely getting a cake when the radioactive clouds are gone. If the clouds are gone. I don't know how long it's going to take for the radioactivity to disappear. Gotta get my my vaporizer set up here. You have to smoke when you're in the wasteland. It's not like the smoke is going to be that high of a cancer risk. Let's see what this day brings us. Our relocation is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. And then we'll worry about the cake too. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. This is where it tells you how your people are doing. If they're hungry, if they're thirsty, if they're sick, flavor text based on things, and also their pictures out there will change depending on if they're tired, if they're sick, if they've got radioactivity, if they're thirsty, hungry. There's a lot of different looks that they can have. Still not going to ration any supplies. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Because I have plenty of food and water, I'm not sending anyone out for an expedition. Expeditions are dangerous. They take a lot of days to finish too. I've seen up to like 5 or 6 days, I think. Day 2. Spiders seem to be operating under the assumption that they have all the same rights to this shelter as we do. They're everywhere and don't seem very scared of us. It's time we changed that. We don't want any more spiders in our soup. No, sir. Unfortunately, I didn't grab any of these items that we could use in this situation, so the spiders are going to go probably crazy. New species? What the fuck? I have never seen that before. There's a lot of events in this game. And once you get to this point, again, pretty much all you do is click through your journal here, watch the graphics change, and then choose. It's a choose your own adventure, almost. Day 3. We decided we could get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever other body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we've underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. And during our vicious fight with dozens of spiders, one got lucky and bit Mary Jane. It didn't seem that serious at first, but when we got up this morning, she was different. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. So Timmy is thirsty, Dolores is thirsty, Ted is thirsty. Maybe she won't need to drink, I don't know. I'm not going to give them any water today either. Day 4 I will. The neighborhood is still highly radioactive. I'm definitely not going to do an expedition. We had planned to go to Niagara Falls and see those beautiful waterfalls. We never expected to get a waterfall of our very own in our shelter. Right now it seems that half a dozen pipes burst, and all that water is pouring right into our bunker. We need to save our supplies. So we have to choose what we're going to save. The map, which I don't know how useful it is, probably very useful when you're going out scavenging and stuff, or the radio, which is even more useful. The radio will help you get rescued by the military. If you don't have the radio, well, you can probably get rescued, but it's going to be much harder, I imagine. I've never been rescued. I made it to day 40, and I didn't have the radio with me that time. We lost the map. It's all tattered and torn now. Our X mark is just a red blood smudge. Well, that was lucky. The shelter filled with water pretty rapidly, and we were certain we were going to drown. With our heads barely above the water, we weren't even able to open the hatch and escape. Before we could start considering the worst, the water level started to drop. We're fine, save for the mess we need to deal with, and we lost our map. Nothing new happened to Mary Jane. Timmy prefers apple juice. I don't know why everybody needs water when the water pipes just burst. So, I'm not going to give Mary Jane any water until it specifically states she asks for it. The wasteland is no match for Mary Jane. I'm not going to send her out yet. I don't know, maybe she'll do better out there now that she's mutated. Day 4. You would expect a nuclear explosion would be enough to quench any petty arguments. When the future's not looking too pretty, and all you see is naked walls, not much is necessary for an explosion. It happened. We started fighting like crazy. Well, damn. You gotta hold it together, family. You're all each other has, and God, that is still terrifying me. I'm starting to get some bugs down here, too. Day 5. We could barely sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope it won't happen again. And I'm not sure how often people have to eat. Our neighborhood is still highly radioactive. Eventually the radioactivity goes down. No, we're not going. Day 5. It's difficult to keep our spirits up in this situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might end up in a place much worse than this cozy shelter. You guys could have at least had a couch down there. Those chairs look like they're absolutely horrible. Being stuck in such a tiny shelter would make anyone a bit apathetic. We need to stay calm and await the rescue. Surely they're coming for us, right? Everyone's fine. They don't need any food or anything. And it looks like the area is still irradiated. Hear that? No, because no one is talking. Not a word in hours, none at all. We can't just stare and stare at the walls. So, instead, we'll pop in the batteries and turn on the radio. We take them out every time we're not using it, just in case there's any slow drain on them. Ah, how fortunate we took the radio with us. We could probably listen to some music. They still play music out there, don't they? So Mary Jane's hungry, everyone is hungry, and Dolores needs water. If Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. You know what, I'm just gonna give everybody a full round of supplies. No expedition today either. Damn it! Every time we went to check out one of those really great places in the neighborhood, we end up looking at a stain or a hole in our map. It's not very helpful when you're planning a very dangerous journey now, is it? So it's a good time to fix the darn map. Can't though, because I guess I don't have that. Maybe that's like a survival book or something. I don't think I've ever actually brought it back to the shelter with me. I'm glad that you can repair things though if you have other things. Hey, a water bottle. They'll add things around the shelter too. Empty bottles, I guess. They'll do drawings on the walls sometimes. There's all types of little details. So there's nothing we can do without the scouting handbook. Scouts know all about maps and stuff. Maybe we should find one. But how can we without a map? Oh dear. And everyone's fine. The radiation, the contamination is still strong. We'll pass. You hear that? Noises coming from below. This is probably the right time to check out the manhole in the corner. The one that's been locked tight ever since we got to the shelter. We'll use a flashlight for this because I don't have anything else. You don't have to use an item either. Sometimes using items will break them. And I think she just got beat up or something. What the hell? We barely made it out alive. It was a giant mutated crocodile, or an alligator, or something else with a giant mouth and plenty of teeth. Is anyone hurt? Dolores was hurt. Which means that A, we have to use a medkit if we had one, and B, I think she'll slowly get worse over time. I think around day 10 or 11 is when the radiation normally leaves. What was that? A rat? Rats are usually smaller than cats. And what's with the double tail? We can't let that thing get to our supplies, so we pull out our trusty hunting rifle. I don't know how much ammo we've got for this thing. Maybe there's just one in the chamber. Well, whatever happened, the gun's not going to be useful anymore. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still top of the food chain. Good for us. But damn, our gun blew up when we tried to shoot the thing. Well, that's not good. Nobody's getting any food or water yet. The neighborhood's still highly radioactive. Got plenty of supplies still, so yeah, I'm not in any rush. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in. But we'll have to leave eventually. It'd be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. So once again, we turn to the trusty radio and see if we can pick up any signals. We knew it! The government has not fallen and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates for their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they'll be in touch in a couple of days and told us to await further instructions. Okay. Here we go. After tomorrow, I'm probably going to send out Mary Jane. Can't repair our map, so forget it. They keep really wanting to. Yay, they drew a picture of some guy cutting down a tree. Maybe it's going to be Christmas soon? I don't know. Can't do anything without our scouting book. Everybody seems fine. Dolores is still a little bit injured. Thankfully she hasn't gotten an infection. And we're going to send Mary Jane out into the wasteland. There we were, thinking it's a day like any other down here, when Mary Jane confronted us. She said it's her birthday, but she doesn't want a gift. Not in this situation. Not in this economy. Well, she's too young to be giving orders around here, so she's getting a birthday present, and that's that. We just need to pick out something. Well, I don't have anything that she wants, or that we could even give her. I'll give her. Why not the flashlight? I'd give her the flashlight. Mary Jane is too old for birthdays. That's what we think. Everybody's fine. It's about time we choose someone to scavenge the remains of our town in search of supplies. Mary Jane, we think you're best suited for the task, and it's kind of upsetting us every time we look at you, so go on and get out there. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. It's been a while, and we don't know much about what's happening on the surface. We decide to turn on the radio and see what we can tune into. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government emergency announcement service. And guess what? The fallout outside is mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. You guys can have water and food tomorrow. We can barely breathe in this damned shelter. For the last couple of hours, the situation has been getting noticeably worse. There might be something wrong with the ventilation system. Maybe it's stuck? If that's the case, we better look into fixing it right away. So we give Ted the flashlight, and he begins to poke around and see what he can find. And he's all cut up now, too. Shit. The obvious thing to do when a vent is blocked is to check what's blocking it. However, when you shine your flashlight on a hive of mutated insects, things usually go from bad to worse. The angry hive is gone, but The insects did some biting before they fled. Everybody's hungry and thirsty. Ted is hurt. I'm gonna need 2 med kits now. Oh dear. We just remembered we planned on taking a trip south in 2 months. If it's still there, we're going, right? We're pretty sure they won't bomb warm places. Somebody's coughing. Who's sick now? Maybe moving away won't be too bad. We can probably make new friends, meet new people, provided anyone is still alive, that is. And nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. The silent wasteland had at least one resident who managed quite well. It was a proud-looking monkey. We had no idea where it came from. The zoo, maybe? It seemed quite friendly. After getting a few pats on the back and playing fetch, it started following us. While we explored one of the streets, our monkey companion ran away, only to come back moments later carrying a can of food. It couldn't open it himself, but it was happy to share it with us, so plus 2 cans? At one point during our expedition, the monkey started making weird sounds and digging in front of us with a stick. A quick investigation revealed a few bottles of water. No one even tried to open them. The same couldn't be said about those bottles of booze lying next to them, so we got water. The monkey also found a hidden bunker and got us a med kit, but our gas mask was damaged, and Mary Jane could use a little food. I'm gonna have to heal Dolores. She's very ill now. We'll give her some food. The state of the wasteland remains unknown to us. I think we'll risk it. Mary Jane's feeling excellent. Let's see. Today an army broadcast interrupted our, let's just call it breakfast. Anyway, they seemed very eager to evacuate us away from here, but they went over several things that needed to happen before they do it. The first item on the list is up to us. We were given geographical coordinates. They need to get to there, leave a sign we're still alive. I don't know what I needed. I think that's the map. If I had the map, I could have went and left a signal for the military, but I can't. So we're pretty much screwed there, and are gonna have to wait for another chance. Which makes me sad. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Hopefully we'll get lucky next time. Mary Jane's hungry. Again. Feed you, why not? Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and responsible person, which is going to be Mary Jane again. Because we're all having nightmares. Get her out of here. Let's see, Timmy needs something. I'll give everyone supplies tomorrow. We thought it'd be a great idea to have some role-playing fun and created our own shelter theater group. We called it the Thunderdome. We spent the rest of the day trying to write a script for our performance. We almost got into a fight over it and decided that maybe it would be best to play something simpler. Like tic-tac-toe. Or checkers, maybe. We played Truth or Dare. When it turned out we only kept asking questions and the most common was, are we going to eat anything besides tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. I dare you to go out into the wasteland. Everybody needs food and water. Ted is apparently a superhero. The wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of our door, knocking and claiming that he's willing to offer a lot for decent ammunition. No, we shouldn't. Actually, you know what? I will give him the checkerboard. Okay, I think somebody went crazy. We offered checkers instead of ammunition. The visitor was quite confused and tried to explain to us what ammunition is. We pretended to understand nothing. It was very amusing until he left with our checkers board, asshole, and he didn't give us anything? Okay, so that sucks. I was hoping for something. Play a game, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They never mentioned picking one would be so much trouble, especially when you don't have any games left, because they were all stolen. That's exactly what that guy did. If our gun was working, maybe we would have shot him in the back. Played Truth or Dare again. We're definitely going insane. There's never a good time to go out into the radioactive wasteland, but it seems this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner, rather than later, and planned a trip outside. Before we could make the third step beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We only had moments to decide what to do. All we've got is a flashlight that works. So we quickly turned it on and shined it into the darkness. We decided to check what was coming for us, and guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. The next morning, we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully, it'll come back later. Okay. Everybody needs some water. Starting to get low. I hope Mary Jane comes back soon. Yo, you maniacs, you blew it up. Ah, damn you. Damn you all to hell. There's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up their barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. And somebody wants cake. I don't think Mary Jane is coming back. Fond memories are one thing, but we need to be ready for the harsh reality that awaits us. Ted's wounds are not a pretty sight, yeah. They're starting to get infected, I would imagine. Oh, I don't have a med kit. Let's see, we're given more geographical coordinates. The military is just purposefully fucking me over. One game, all they wanted was cards. Left and right, cards. Hey, a two-headed cow. Good thing Mary Jane came back. We didn't find the location. When Mary Jane returned, one of the buildings to withstand the blast turned out to be our local bus station. If any passengers survived, they have long since abandoned the buses, leaving behind hordes of personal belongings, backpacks, bags, sacks, and one guy even left a cupboard. It was difficult to resist looking into it, but guess what? There was another smaller cupboard inside. Our local athletics team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took all the water bottles. That's 8 days of water, basically. Mary Jane needs diet, Timmy is hungry and tired. Everybody needs food. Ted's probably gonna die soon. Ted is vigorous enough to withstand the hazards of the wasteland. I don't believe it. We're gonna send Mary Jane again. One minute it was all fine, and the next we were at each other's throats. How did this happen? This is insane. We need to get a grip on ourselves if we're going to survive this. We all decide just to turn off the lights and fall asleep. Is he looking even worse than before? Even Jimmy is looking... Everybody is looking bad. Enough arguing. There are more important things to worry about. Ted's really thirsty, and Ted got sick. Nobody gets any supplies today. Mary Jane, you can go outside again. I don't know if I needed to give her supplies too before I sent her out there, but I'm going to. I'm going to give everybody food and water. Barking at our doorstep could only mean one thing. Our dog friend is back. Not caring for hazards of the wasteland, we rushed to open it, and there he was. The poor thing seems tired and starving. And you know what, I will give some food to the poor mutt. I like dogs. God, we're all getting sick and dying. The dog was back to his former self in under an hour. We don't know what they put in that soup, but man, that stuff is good. We decided the dog needed a name, and the right name for him was Pancake. Come here, Pancake. Who's a good boy? Pancake stayed around for a while, but was gone next morning. You can bet he'll be back. Timmy's fine, Dolores is fine, and Ted still hasn't recovered. Probably won't. Timmy's not doing great. It would be good to talk to him and cheer him up. You know what? Let's see if we can. What's wrong, little Timmy? You need to talk? Even a word or two may be enough to brighten someone's mood. Timmy seems to be better now. Good. The last thing you want is for people to go crazy down here. We have a working radio. It's been a while since we've used it. Since we got pissed off at the military. Day 30. Aw, damn it. Something blew up inside the radio and the wretched thing caught fire. We were able to put it out, but it doesn't work anymore. Well, things just went from bad to worse. We're gonna die. We were discussing plans for our first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard yells outside. We discovered they came from a small group of ragged survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we weren't surprised when they requested aid. They asked us to provide anything we could, water, food, or medical supplies. I'll give them some water. This will probably be what kills us. We're gonna either starve to death or get dehydrated. Hey, our radio's fixed. We got a scouting book, poison, some food. Not bad, Mary Jane. Our visitors were in tears when we gave them what they asked for. We survived the nuclear apocalypse only to be nearly strangled by thankful refugees. Hugs can kill, you know. Luckily for us, they decided to continue their journey to get somewhere safe before the sunset. As they were about to leave, one of them presented us with a portable radio. They would not take no for an answer, and soon left, waving goodbye until they disappeared amongst the rubble. Now that is lucky right there. I thought they fixed it at first. And Mary Jane returned. We've been discussing selling our house and moving someplace else, but in truth, we didn't exactly picture things as they turned out. We missed the old place. It was only natural that we decided to take a look and see if any of it was still standing. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burned desks and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans. Yay! And only a handful of books survived the apocalypse. They were scattered all over our lawn. Many of them were badly burned, but a scout handbook with the number 13 scribbled on the first page was barely touched. The car also blew up. It's now a roasted piece of metal junk. In some fantastically incomprehensible way, the spare rifle in the trunk survived all of that and still works. Nice. The muddy swamp, which used to be our toilet, is now home to something that remotely resembles a mutated turtle. After exchanging a few pleasantries, it gave us anti-bug spray and wished us all the best of luck. I really don't want to give everyone water today. I guess I will. Still need a med kit before Ted dies. Mary Jane, you're going back out. They want... god damn it. We need to repair our fucking map because the military is going to keep screwing us over. Oh boy. We were sure we could find it, but we weren't lucky this time either. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. We need water, Mary Jane. You have to find some. Water and a med kit. I think Ted is on the verge of death. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Everyone, I guess you can eat. Why not? We've got plenty of food. Pancake came back today very agitated about something. He really wanted us to get out and follow him somewhere in the neighborhood. This seems a bit risky, but maybe Pancake's on the trail of something big? We'll take our rifle. We just got it back. We might as well put it to use. The old saying goes, better safe than sorry. The rifle seems to be the right choice of gear for venturing into the unknown. We didn't expect to run into trigger-happy folk, who started shooting before asking questions. Gunshots were enough to send Pancake running. We got back safely, but he didn't show up. Timmy's hungry, wants some water. Dolores, everybody wants something. Oh boy. I can only give 2 people water. I'm gonna wait one more day. My first aid kit is of no use, and we need to do something about it. For some bizarre reason, we believe we can use lethal bug spray to produce some additional medicine. Maybe it'll work? Sure. I doubt it'll work, but if you're offering it. Our medkit did get repaired. What do you know? Combining American innovation and deadly bug spray can result in just enough drugs to replenish an empty first aid kit. Don't worry, We'll worry about the side effects later. Everybody wants food and water. Well, you guys can have the water and the med kit. It's very difficult to prepare for unforeseen consequences when you don't see them coming. Well, they are unforeseen by definition, so that does make a lot of sense. We can't say we were prepared for what happened. What happened? I'm guessing something bad. More water? Who knows? Maybe the new world will offer new opportunities and it won't be that bad. And Mary Jane returned. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Our expedition was able to get to a local hospital. It appears that the blast blew up some of the upper floors. Beds, with some patients still on them, and shreds of medical equipment were lying all over the place. However, after exploring the first floor, we concluded that the majority of people inside evacuated the building in time. The canteen, however, had a respectable supply of tomato soup. It looks like this was the only thing they fed their patients. Now we're 100% sure it's healthy, but we only got one can. There were also plenty of bottles of liquid in one of the wards. Peroxide or not, water is water, and beggars can't be choosers. Got another med kit, so okay. One of the surviving hospital beds also had a gas mask hanging along with it, with a note that read, "Wear this, patient smells really bad." One of the dead patients also had an axe sticking out of his back. According to his chart, he was feeling perfectly fine before the atomic blast. We decided he probably no longer needs it. Mary Jane is hungry. Timmy needs water. Ted has been healed. Go. You guys what you need. And Mary Jane is going to go back out into the wasteland. Timmy has been talking about going out to the surface to explore, run, dance, and play with whatever burnt remains can be found. We would gladly jump at a chance to get him some fresh air, though we're worried the exposure to radioactivity out there will effectively ruin his fun by turning him into a terrifying mutant. You can go out there, I think the radiation's gone. Take the gas mask with you too, why not? When we consented, Timmy almost hit his head on the ceiling. We figured that if he didn't encounter any savages, mutated beasts, or killer mimes, he should be fine and back soon enough. And he's back and safe. And our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. Okay. What was that? Is it a bird? Is it a stockbroker? Is it the bicycle repairman? No. It's the aid airdrop. That was an excellent time to leave the bunker to search for supplies. So we get 2 cans of food. One of the food drops broke in midair and now it's raining soup. Some crates were filled with very weird stuff. Why did they drop a crate of rubber ducks? We got some water bottle. Opened a crate and found a gas mask that we already had one of. Timmy's hungry and tired. Okay, our supplies are great. Mary Jane, back outside with you. You can scamper and scurry and crawl around all over the place. Doing better than I thought we would. I honestly thought we were going to die for a little bit. Mary Jane went outside. Timmy should eat something. You know what? I just gave you food. One more day. Today an army broadcast interrupted our breakfast. We still don't have a map though, so we silently cursed at our radio and told them to sod off. We think the communists are finally screwing with us. We were sure we could find the location without a map, but we were wrong. Okay. Give Timmy a little bit more of everything. Timmy got back to the shelter from his expedition and looked fine, but it turned out he had hurt his hand on a piece of rusty metal and the wound was infected. It doesn't look like it's healing up. I can chop his hand off? Are you serious? That has to be what the axe is for. I can chop his hand off or use a medkit. You know what? I'm going to use a medkit. I'm not chopping little Timmy's hand off. That would be hilarious, I'll admit. But I imagine there might be some problems that spring from that. Using our first aid supplies was the obvious choice for getting Timmy back in shape. He's young and strong, so we have no doubts he'll recover soon. Dolores and Ted want something to eat. I've got plenty of soup, so okay. And we didn't think we'd get a chance to increase our food supply by simply playing a card game. But that's what we were offered by a man who knocked on our door today. 2 cans of food. We win, we get his 2 cans. We lose, we give him our 2 cans. No, we're not gonna do it. Even if I had cards, I wouldn't do it. What do we got? More water, more soup, ammo. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set the kids? We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. We'd sooner rob someone. We sent the man away. Mary Jane returned. We were followed again. And exploring the wasteland should begin in our own backyard. Our street was a good choice. Plenty of well-stocked houses. A lot of neighbors we didn't like that could be robbed without hesitation. We decided to give it a shot. A band of kids were playing war in nearby ruins. They had plenty of real guns and ammunition. It's very encouraging to see that kids are making the best of this terrible, terrible situation. They even shared some ammo with us. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged. Mary Jane needs some food. Okay. She'll probably need a double dose. And we'll send her back out. We never thought we'd live to see a dancing cockroach. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. The good news is they probably scared off any rats in the area. The bad news is they're huge and will probably attack us when they get the chance. We use the Boy Scout book here. Hope it doesn't blow up. Scanning the walls for any art. That was close. A nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out into the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches? Yikes. Food, water. You guys will be fine for one more day. And Mary Jane, get back out there. Need more supplies. We might have to survive till day 60 or 70 or who knows. The military sucks. Y'all can have water tomorrow, one more day, right? This is terrible, we can't sleep. We've been having problems with sleeping ever since we got down here, but now it's worse than ever. If we don't deal with this problem, we won't be able to cope with any other challenges that await us. And they wanted a med kit? I guess they wanted sleeping pills or something. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or 2 of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away, or save us from radiation sickness. Everybody is hungry and thirsty. Dole out a bit of everything. And Dolores has not been very talkative lately, yes. What's wrong, honey? Why are you so sad down here? We've got some nail polish. You want me to paint your nails or something? I don't know what you want. What do you need? Cheer up. Talking to Dolores helped resolve some of her issues and doubts. She feels better now. Everybody's fine. Nobody gets supplies. And we were able to receive another message. God damn it. They've given us coordinates, and I still haven't used my book to repair the map. We're screwed, folks. Maybe not. Good God, we have a box of soup now. We were sure we could find the location, but we weren't lucky. Somebody followed us. The docks are quite a distance away from our house, but we knew of a warehouse that had housed an impressive number of goods before the bombings. We considered it a good idea to pay a visit. Plus 5 cans? We always thought canned soup was made in America. Apparently it's made in another country with a weird name that we didn't recognize. According to the crate's date stamp, the shipment came after the blast. Weird. Mary Jane could use a little food. Never seen that +1 before. Dolores can't go out. Timmy is too fragile. Of course we're going to send Mary Jane. And I don't have any poison to refill my med kit with. I was not expecting to survive this long. This video is going to keep stretching on. Homemade drugs sounds like an excellent idea. Mary Jane's hungry. I'm not going to dole out any water yet. You can get back out there. I'm surprised I have to feed Mary Jane at all. She should be able to capture all of her own food and get sustenance from them. I just imagine her webbing up dogs and people out there. Timmy looks something to drink. Now that Mary Jane's gone, we'll hand out some water. and a band of raiders are at our doorstep. They demand we let them in. This is no game. We either yield or we fight back. There's no middle ground here. If we don't fight back, we lose. So we pull out the gun. And what will we do? Okay, I don't see anyone dead. That's good. We were able to defend our home this time. But what if they come back? Well, I think we've still got extra ammo. And our gun didn't blow up. We've been hearing strange noises lately. Is it coming from the outside, or is it something that came into the shelter with us? Could it be? We found nothing. We feel like we might be going crazy. We should probably get busy with something to keep us occupied before this gets worse. I don't have anything to keep us occupied. We'll have to sing songs. Or draw more things on the walls. Boredom can really get to you in this shelter. It can lead you to dark places. Trust us. Okay, no supplies. It's so easy to escalate silly arguments in close quarters doesn't help. We were chatting, and then suddenly we were fighting and fighting. Let's just hope we all get over this soon, and that no one goes crazy and grabs a gun or an axe and starts something serious. Day 51. I keep waiting to come back and find somebody dead. We stopped arguing, but for how long? I'll feed and drink everyone tomorrow. A gang of thugs started banging on our door, ordering us to surrender and give up all of our supplies. Once again, we pull out our gun. We've got plenty of ammo, so we lay down a barrage of fire. Mary Jane slips back in the darkness. Okay, she was followed again. We were cautiously exploring the neighborhood when we got cornered by a scary-looking thug with a shotgun. The odds weren't in our favor, until the crate fell out of the sky and dropped right down on the bandit. Excellent timing, government aid. A food drop. That's just what we needed. What did they drop this time? Just more soup. 2 cans. Someone forgot to fill the water crate with something to soften the fall. As a result, most of the bottles were shattered. Luckily, a few of them survived. 2 more of those. Got another first aid kit. Mary Jane's hungry. Okay. Give a little bit of everything to everyone. Do another expedition. Fuck you, government. Can't you just do an easier one than the stupid map? I know that there's multiple ones. This is the first game where I've seen them need the map to meet up. Normally it's cards, or you have to listen for a certain knock. Mary Jane and Dolores. You know what? Everybody gets food. Got more than enough food to go around right now. Maybe it'll boost everyone's spirits to eat a little bit more. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's fine. I don't care if you're hungry. I've already fed like 2 days in a row. All hands on deck. There are people on the other side of the door, and they don't seem too friendly. In fact, they've promised us a painful death at least 17 times already, and it's only been 5 minutes since they arrived. They're forcing their way through the door. One of them pokes their head in. We fire a round off. It impacts right between his eyes. The rest of the cowards run away screaming. Timmy should eat something. You know what? You can have a bit of food. Everyone else can eat and drink tomorrow. And damn it, that gas mask of ours is worthless. Wearing it probably increases the chance of inhaling. Wearing it? Yeah. Okay, we'll fix it. Thought they meant wearing it, period, increased it, but that's just because it's busted as fuck. Okay. We had the best intentions, but something went terribly wrong. The damned mask just fell apart. Can't do much with that trash, which doesn't really bother me that much because that's one less thing, one less option to pop up instead of repairing the damn map that we need. Everybody needs food and water. We're close enough. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet, since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What in the hell is that? I will give him one of my few remaining bottles of water, because I'm dumb. Doesn't look like Mary Jane brought back any more water. She did get a gas mask, damn it. We explained, we traded water for a gas mask, okay? Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed again. We found the 10-cent hotel in ruins, but there was plenty to look through. Pieces of furniture, suitcases, and other hotel supplies were scattered all over the place. We get soup. We get one water bottle. We get a chessboard. And nobody gets anything. Yeah, water is really low. Mary Jane, another gang shows up. We grab our rifle that we're becoming exceptionally skilled with. Pop off a couple shots through the hatch. Mary Jane. You know what? Everybody gets food. Tons of food. And then Mary Jane, you go climb back out there. If you catch anything with your webs, Mary Jane, feel free to bring it back. We would love some real meat. Everybody's getting thirsty. They can wait. Another goddamn map request. Military, please. How long are you going to do this? You're hurting me on the inside. No, one more day without water. More raiders. Still got plenty of ammo laying over there. Okay. If I don't give them water today, they will all die tomorrow, most likely. We really miss the life we had. The space, the sky, the food. More food. We wish we could go back to a time before this damn bomb dropped. It's been 2 months. Day 62. Looks like we got a little bit more water. Memories or not, we need to keep our heads clear and get a grip on reality ahead of us. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning. Our little trip, we've been followed, but a man is desperate enough. Any place is good to look through to get food and water. Our expedition was coming home with nothing to show for all the searching, but then they stumbled across full trash cans in our neighborhood. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Got water, another gas mask. Dolores and Mary Jane are hungry. No, I just fed them. Or at least I fed. Hey! Finally, fix the map. Patch it up a little bit. Let's hope that this is successful. Because the next time there we go. Next time the military comes calling, by God, we're going to be rescued. Good news, we got ourselves a map. Question is, can anyone read it properly? Mary Jane is still hungry. Ted is hungry. Mary Jane can go back out to the waste. Mary Jane, I don't even know if the military will let you come with us. They're gonna be terrified of you and think you're a mutant. We'll have to make a choice. Go with the military or stay with our daughter. Everybody's thirsty. They can wait a couple days. Someone's trying to break in. We grab our gun and cross our fingers, hoping for the best. There's some automatic gunfire out there. We may have been helped by another group that saw us getting raided. One more day and then we all can drink. We woke up to a dripping sound today and noticed there's something leaking from the pipes. That green liquid looked innocent enough, even after it ate through the table and the chair, and the floor. Patching up that pipe is probably a good idea. Gas mask? Oh boy, maybe the Boy Scout book will have more answers for us. It'll give us some knowledge, whereas the gas mask will just protect us as we dingle around with it. Hey, problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter. Okay. I'm gonna give everybody water and food. Today, an army broadcast interrupted our breakfast. We use our map. Thank goodness. Just in time. Day 67. A quick glance at the map gave us all the information we required. We left them a message in a bottle. Timmy is hungry. Might as well use it. Some more raiders are trying to break in. Can we possibly be this unlucky, this close to being rescued? Thankfully, we survive again. Dolores is getting covered in blood. Timmy needs to eat something again. Then we were about to go to sleep when we heard someone knocking at the door. Who could it be at this hour? Who could it be in this part of the wasteland? How in the hell did they survive the nuke? We open up like a bunch of fools. Day 69. Turned out it was a nice, mysterious fellow in a weird suit. He gave us some soup cans. This will help us survive the next couple of days. They need water, but they can wait. And our ammunition is missing. We pull out the flashlight and begin looking in all the cracks and crevices of the room. Maybe a rat tried to carry it off somewhere. Welcome back. We found it. The ammunition clip was covered by a can. Too bad it was empty. Nothing made us happier. We were followed. For all our daily bread and butter needs, we always went to the small store next to the barber's. They had the most amazing clerk who always asked us to come again. We found it intact. Most of the food on the shelves was outdated and rotten. A lot of eggs were smashed on the floor. But guess what? The soup cans don't expire until 2015. 4 soup cans. Good God. You know what? Everybody can eat. Nobody's drinking yet. Mary Jane, you're gonna go back out on an expedition, and some more raiders are showing up. How long can we keep this up? Every day a new group of raiders comes to our well-stocked shelter. Mary Jane's hungry. And this is our last batch of water, until Mary Jane returns, hopefully with more. Or hopefully we can go meet the government. It's been days since we've left them a message. Surely we should hear back. We have plenty of distant relatives, but none of them mean as much to us as Auntie Ada. She lives in the country, so there's a good chance she's still configuring her cow counting machine and not worrying about nukes raining down on her hen house. Too bad we don't have a photo of her. Or do we? We put some photos into books a while ago, after the giant coffee spill incident. We flipped through the Boy Scout book trying to shake out any loose pictures that might be stuck between the pages. We did it! The photo we were looking for was stuck between the pages of the Scout handbook. What a lucky coincidence. It's a bit blurry, but it's still a wonderful surprise. Everybody's fine. Nobody needs anything. More bandits show up. I hope I don't ever have to use my axe, or it'll be definitely bad. People want some water. This is where things are gonna get real iffy. If Mary Jane don't come back. Or if the government doesn't come save us. Please, government, give us something, some bit of hope. Oh, thank God, water. Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she'd lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got to the package before anyone else. Okay. You guys can all have water now. I was gonna let little Timmy die. He was the one that was gonna starve. Yeah, guess what? We already got ourselves our very own fallout garden. We've got a bunch of mushrooms growing on one of the walls. They're big enough to be eaten. How about that? No. I've got more than enough food. I don't want to be eating strange mushrooms. It's tempting. But I've survived this long. I want to actually get rescued. We may be hungry, but there are just some things we will never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. Goddamn right. More bandits. You would think they'd learn by now that the pile of dead bodies around our shelter is a warning. And also equivalent to the world's stinkiest sandbags. Nobody needs anything. What was that? Did the radio static just stop for a moment? Let's try tuning in on that signal, folks. Maybe we can get the hell out of here. Day 78. Mary Jane returns. Ah, damn it. Something blew up inside the radio and the wretched thing caught fire. You son of a bitch. Someone followed us. Our expedition went directly to visit the primary school. Not for education, of course. Oh no, we were desperate for supplies. The biology class had an aquarium. The fish had died since no one fed them, but the aquarium water could still be drinkable. That's disgusting. 2 bottles. The PE teacher was a World War II veteran. He kept some of his war trophies and memorabilia in his office at school. This included grenades, a bazooka, and a fully functional gas mask. Okay. Everybody gets food and water. Oh, God. Venturing outside might be quite dangerous right now. You know what? I'll wait a day. I will wait a day. We keep dreaming about those little things we did back in the day when there weren't as many bombs falling. Not on our heads, anyways. Mary Jane, enjoy some time with your family. Maybe days 80 we'll send her back out. I don't know. Mary Jane's hungry. So I imagine she would be. Judging by the sound of gunfire and screams, it seems like a band of thugs is taking control of the area. One more day, then. There are people outside. Our neighborhood is just incredibly dangerous. I don't like this place anymore. We're able to defend. Mary Jane needs some more food. She better eat up because she is going out there. We've been hearing a lot of noises coming from our neighborhood today. Our guess is that there was a zoo escape and the animals are stampeding up there. We send Spider Girl Mary Jane out there because she can do no wrong. Too bad we never practiced sharpshooting. Every shot we fired in the direction of those animals that looked like two-headed cows was a miss. Okay, we've been followed. You know what? One more day and then you all can drink. Yeah, we're doing an expedition. It's very difficult to prepare for unforeseen consequences, but we do our best anyways. Day 82. I'm gonna give everybody food and water. What we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. Mary Jane, you had better go find us some stuff. Again, water more than anything else. If you could get us a stash of like 5 water bottles, that would be great, yeah. Or a working radio. No supplies for any of you, and another band of raiders. They saw where Mary Jane exited from before she swung off through the ruins. We were able to defend our home. Blah blah blah, people are brave, nobody's complaining. And we never thought we'd live to see a dancing cockroach. Even though we had the same thought 2 weeks ago. If I get to day 100, I'm gonna be kind of pissed off. We dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, had 8 legs and a glowing head. Okay. We've been busy since we got to the shelter. There is still much to be done, like trimming that shrubbery in our yard. Yeah. Probably just burned branches. Skeleton of a shrub at this point. Planning far ahead is usually a good strategy, but for now we should be more interested in our plan for water rationing. He's hungry. Hungry and water. One more day, people. More raiders show up. Hopefully everybody's able to put up a fight. Look at that. Poison. A big old jug of water over there. Mary Jane. A local supermarket might have seemed like a great place for a safe haven, but unfortunately a bandit group had the same idea. 6 water bottles and 4 food? Those thugs are heavily armed and able to terrorize the entire area. Maybe stealing from them would be ideal payback. As Mary Jane was sneaking and, I guess, crawling through the store shelves, she got 4 cans of soup, and the way was cleared to the staff room. Inside we found nothing but a water cooler. Free water for employees now. That must have been a dream job. We also found a working radio in the back room, and some poison spray in the janitor's closet. Everybody needs food. You know what, we've got more than enough here. I'm really happy. Yeah, nobody's going outside. We were afraid the army wouldn't get back to us, but they eventually did. The next transmission was full of evacuation promises, but it ended on a big if. The speaker requested that any survivor groups armed with firearms should dispose of them before they get rescued. We don't know what this is about, but it sounds like violating our rights. On the other hand, are there any laws and rights left? Or is everyone for themselves? I don't know what's going to happen here if I click on the gun. I don't want to get rid of it. I refuse. That's something a communist would make us do. This is the 1950s. We have Second Amendment rights, and the military can get my gun from my cold dead hands. We're keeping it. Only communists would try to trick us like that. We decided to ignore those stupid orders. Who are they to tell us what to do? The U.S. government? Well, they probably are, but that doesn't mean they can take our gun over our dead bodies. That's right. I refuse to believe that that was the military. Bandits up top. The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans, and that unmentionable bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attracting strangely glowing, suspiciously big insect wildlife. I'm going to use the book again. I don't want to use poison down here if I don't have to. It does seem kind of like a bad idea. We dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, blah blah blah. Dolores wants to eat something. More raiders outside. Group of bandits is knocking on our door. Every day in the wasteland is the same now. And I'm actually going to have to restart this playlist. I did not think I was going to have to do that. I thought that an hour and 9 minutes was long enough. Let's see. Everybody can have food and water today. Again, we've got way more than enough. It's tough surviving in these conditions. Let's hope this will be over soon. Or else, we might end up dead in some wasteland ditch. It's not something we're looking forward to, obviously. I don't know anybody who would look forward to winding up dead. It's hard not to worry considering our current situation. Some days we're still struggling to deal with this shelter life, but we can't lose hope. Mary Jane wants food. More commotion. Oh dear, we're not going south, folks. I can assure you of that. And I'm gonna make it to day 100, aren't I? I know I am. We can make it work, even in Toronto. Question is, how do we find a boat to get there? We heard that's the best way to get to Europe. Yep, they're going crazy. Hands down. Okay, Mary Jane, you're going back out. We're gonna be raided by bandits no matter what anyways. And I don't think anyone's gonna kidnap you for any of their wasteland fetishes or desires. Drink, drink, drink. Y'all can drink tomorrow. Mary Jane is gonna go explore. This run has been incredibly nice. Like, generally it's a whole lot meaner. No supplies. Everybody can eat and drink, I don't care at this point. We couldn't get a clear signal from the radio until midday, but after we turned in on a military broadcast, we were left speechless. Not only did they not deliver on their evacuation promises, they also ordered us to dispose of all our firearms before the military arrives to save us. I'm not going to do it. I refuse to do it. It's a total trap. We've been down here long enough to become paranoid and not trust anything. Let's see, Timmy's good. Nobody needs any supplies. Someone's trying to break in. We have hundreds of bullets, apparently. And our hideout was approached by a man we didn't know. He claimed he used to be an accountant, but now he serves as a trader and a gambler. He offered us a card game. We said no. He should have brought his own damn cards. Welcome back, Mary Jane. It's good to see you. Gambling's a terrible habit. We were spotted. Unfortunately, the search was futile. We gained nothing from this excursion. Our gas mask was damaged. Mary Jane needs food. I'll give everyone supplies tomorrow. And then we'll do one more expedition. We're also fighting again. This life was really hard for the first 60 days, but now it's just turned into routine. everybody's hungry. They can all have food and water. I'm gonna start getting real sloppy with this. And Mary Jane can go back out. Mary Jane, I wish you'd bring us some actual news from the surface. Is it just raiders up there? Are there any good groups? Is there any hope? Is there any reason to even survive at this point? I mean, what's waiting for us out there? No one else has done nearly as much exploring as she has. And a stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped by today. He claimed he's a trader looking to barter for items he requires. 4 water bottles for a flashlight. I don't think so. We're fine. And I'm not trading my book or anything else away. Day 101. I guess there's no achievements past day 50. We refused to trade. Hopefully we made the right choice. But the trader was not happy about this. You guys can have water tomorrow. Oh god. More raiders. Just as hard-headed as all the other groups. I imagine if you didn't have the gun, you would lose. Like, if you sent somebody out with the axe, people would slowly die. How about that lake we've been going to for the past few years? It would be so good to find ourselves there, far away from all this madness. Swim a little, maybe take a boat ride, even if the whole place turned into Adamville. Giant radioactive lake filled with mutated carp. Hey, cards. Still, it's better to be safe down here than dead up there. The nuke did most of the destructive work, but gasoline reserves under the nearby gas station blew up as well. All that was left of the place was a crippled cashier's booth and the remains of several cars. Someone might have thought 60 seconds was enough for a gas refill and a quick getaway. They thought wrong. Let's see, there was an abandoned truck in line for the gas pump. It was a well-known company on its side, the Canned Soup Company. We get 1 soup. We also get 1 water bottle and a deck of cards. Everybody can have some more soup. Soup for all. Mary Jane's gonna go back out tomorrow. Let's do something today. Something fun. If we don't, someone might snap, and that's the last thing we want. We'll play cards. I don't think the radio would be fun today. And I have no idea what could possibly be fun about having a gun around a bunch of depressed people. Everyone's fine. Mary Jane needs some food. She can take I'd give her a full can on her way out. I don't care. We've got more than enough. Mary Jane went outside. People are getting thirsty. Again, more raiders show up. We've stacked their bodies around our shelter and built basically 8-foot-high walls all around. We're able to defend our home. You all can have water tomorrow. Apocalypse or not, we can't ignore our kids' educational needs. Timmy's spent too much time without reading a single thing. We need to get him to read again. Otherwise, he will grow up to be an analphabetic savage? I've never heard that word before. Anal therapist? Anal rapist? I don't know. Whatever. The only book we have with us is the Scout Handbook, but it's more than enough to get Timmy reading. He might learn a thing or two along the way. Okay. Food and water for all, or you all will die. You can repair the gas mask today. And Mary Jane came back with more water, it looks like. We repaired the gas mask. She was followed. And we were about to give up and come back empty-handed to the shelter when we ran into a church. It looked peaceful enough, save for an unexploded atomic bomb stuck in the church tower. A sizable group of people were busy praying to the bomb, chanting something about the Holy Vision. That sounded really crazy, but those people seemed friendly enough. They gave us 1 can of canned soup, and the cultists decided they won't be needing any holy water. We did a bit of miracle work and turned the empty wine bottles into quite full water bottles. Okay. Mary Jane's hungry. She can go back out. More bandits. Every day for like the past 40 days, it's been bandits. 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 Every single night. Everything's fine. Mary Jane, I am glad that you morphed into some creepy spider thing. I'm pretty sure because she morphed, she's not able to be captured or kidnapped or anything like that. Let's see. We can have water tomorrow. We didn't pack any razors when we came down to the shelter, and now some of us can be confused with a Sasquatch. A good sharp axe might be a perfect replacement for a razor. No, I don't care if you look like Sasquatch. You're not taking an axe to your face. Conrad style, 111 days. There's the achievement. Good lord. No axe, no shave. Maybe another time. You guys can drink water tomorrow. More raiders have showed up. Oh man. When's the last time the military actually tried to contact us? If somebody says throw down your guns and then come out again, I'm going. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I'm gonna risk it. Yeah, so let's turn on the radio. It better not blow up either. So far, every time I've chosen that one, it's blown up, I'm pretty sure. Once we had waded through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. I'll let you all eat. Radio of ours has been silent. We need news. We need our music. Whatever. If you guys blow it up, you blow it up and y'all die. And they fucking blew it up. Go figure. Well, that didn't do so good, and we broke the damn thing. Technology changes so fast these days, it's hard to keep up. We were followed. Oh, we got 1 can of food, 2 bottles of water. Our gas mask was damaged. Again, we're just absolutely amazing on supplies. Mary Jane is doing an outstanding job of keeping us replenished here. It'd be nice if she brought back a radio. Okay, you know what? Everybody can have food and water today. Mary Jane's gonna do her regular routine. She gets a day off in between and then she goes back out. She prefers it out there, to be honest. In fact, I'm kind of starting to wonder if she's just keeping us down here so that she can continue to be useful. And we're not going to Toronto, now or ever. It's over 1,000 miles away. We'll never make it. Everybody's fine. More raiders. Game, seriously. Get me the fuck out of this shelter. I'm going crazy. A gang of firefighters outside. Or at least they're dressed like ones. They've been banging on the door, ordering us to surrender all of our supplies. They claim they'll drive us out with fire if we don't comply. Guess the definition of a firefighter has somewhat changed recently. We shoot at them like we shoot at every group of raiders that comes our way. And we never stop shooting until they're all dead. It's not surprising that a few shots were enough to send those cowards running. The question is, what happens if the rifle malfunctions, or we use all our ammo? We do hope it won't come to that. Otherwise, we might need to defend ourselves using knives and forks. You guys can have water tomorrow. We wish we could just leave. Sitting down here with barely anything to do is driving us crazy. And I've been worried about the gun and ammo situation for a long time now. Oh, we were followed. We used to go to the waterfront before all this happened. It was a great place to enjoy time with your family and watch ships, boats, and sailors. We were really excited to find one of our favorite yachts a few blocks away from our house. We found it a bit mysterious that it's now moored in the middle of the crossroads, but there are plenty of reasonable explanations for that. We got a can of soup, 2 water bottles. Everybody's hungry and thirsty. And we're so stocked up it doesn't matter if I ration things out or not. I'm half tempted to use an axe on these bandits just to see what happens. Blah blah blah. Mary Jane is quite hungry. You don't need water, Mary Jane. Quit being greedy. Take your soup ration and get the hell out of my shelter. Go find the military. We don't need supplies. Go find the military. Bring them back here. Everybody is fine. Trash can. We'll use our Boy Scout book again. I'm gonna keep saving that poison. It's been basically the same routine since day 70 at this point. We dodged a bullet this time. People can drink water tomorrow. More thugs. The days are just flying by in a blur. An endless, apocalyptic blur of gunshots and bodies and soup and waters. And we'll repair our gas mask. Even though I doubt we need it out there anymore. The radiation cleared up on like day 11 or 12. Fixed that. What we would give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again. We can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect it to get any brighter down here. And we're surprised that the light bulbs haven't burned out either. Also, how long can our backup energy generator last? Where are we even getting power from? More thugs. Apparently they think that this is some type of convenience store they can come to get supplies. Mary Jane's back. She was followed. We got 2 water bottles. Everybody needs food and water. Actually, you guys don't need food. Mary Jane can have some. And you can get your ass back outside, Mary Jane. In and out. The tank was equipped with protective gear, including a spare gas mask. We were followed. Mary Jane is hungry. Everybody can have some food. Who knows? Maybe we'll starve to death now. Prepare for an expedition. And Mary Jane didn't utter a single word today. This was very odd. Normally she hisses or clicks at us. But she's done nothing but stare at the walls for the past 18 hours. Nothing solves problems better than an honest conversation over a hot beverage. We don't have the latter, but some hot soup does just as good. Get back out there, Mary Jane. Dear God. Get me out of this hellhole. You guys can have water tomorrow. More bandits. I'm half tempted just to end the LP. I have to get ready for work here in a little bit. This was only supposed to be like 30 minutes or less. God damn it. You guys can eat or drink tomorrow. Hopefully I haven't miscounted the days and they all die now. That would be absolutely fitting for me to be the cause of everyone's deaths. Water. Water for everyone. If you all died of dehydration anyways because I wasn't giving you water, you would deserve to die. Yes, it's tough surviving in these conditions, even though we're doing quite well for ourselves. Nobody has resorted to cannibalism yet. Nobody has starved to death. Everybody needs to eat something they can eat tomorrow. Maybe we'll feast on the flesh of the raiders just to try and send a warning message. New order. What is the new order? We were able to defend our home. The police station was still standing and we found a few officers who were still alive. Well, it didn't look like the ones we remembered. But they all have uniforms and badges, so they must be some kind of a replacement cops. The building was mostly destroyed, but they made the best of it and set up their operation in the basement. They even painted some walls with a bunch of morale-boosting slogans like New Order and The World is Ours. The policemen were quite nervous while we were around. After a short chat, they gave us some food and told us to go away and never mention what we saw to anyone. +1 food. They had plenty of water in their stash. They were acting very nervously and immediately consented to sharing when asked. Then they all started exercising. The gas mask was damaged. People are hungry. So the New World Order is set up, huh? It's always dangerous out there. There's never been a day for the past 100 days where it hasn't been dangerous for one reason or another. I almost wish the radiation was back. Close, blah blah blah. You all can drink tomorrow. Mary Jane, get out of here. You spent enough time inside. Blah, blah, blah. Hungry and water. Done rationing. Our soup is getting low and someone is trying to break in. We can't tell if it's just one person or a group of scavengers. But we're not taking the risk. Everybody is fine. We wish we could just leave. Me too. I'm surprised our walls aren't completely covered in drawings by now. At day 150, I might just have to call it. I might have to say we're done. We've always wanted to throw a party with a huge cake. For some reason, it never worked. And we certainly can't bake a cake down here, though we could compact a bunch of soup noodles from the cans into some type of rudimentary cake. People are thirsty. More bandits are showing up. We've heard about our amazing oasis down here. If only they would bring something, we might even just let them in. Okay. It'd be nice to have a new face around here to chit-chat with. More giant cockroaches. The insects down here are getting out of control. Blah, blah, blah. We were spotted, of course. Some additional supplies. We didn't get anything from this expedition. Mary Jane can get back out there. And yes, it is better to be alive down here than pulverized, raped, and brutalated outside by the raiders and the New World Order and the police officers and everything else. Okay, folks, you had better get some food or you will starve to death. Mary Jane, all of our hopes depend on you now. We have more than enough water. I already gave you guys. Dolores and Timmy needs food. You can have some water too. I'm only gonna have enough food for 2 people here in a little bit. I think I can go 6 or 7, maybe 8 days without food. Okay, Ted is hungry now. He can wait a day. We have to repair our gas mask once more. We're not sure what Mary Jane is doing with that gas mask when she takes it outside, but every damn time it comes back damaged. And it's not just the filters that need changing. Ted, you can eat tomorrow. If you're still alive, that is. And he is. Okay. More raiders. Don't they drop any supplies? I mean, I guess they could all have absolutely nothing. Maybe that's why they're raiding us. They'd have to be absolutely desperate. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Well, hopefully Mary Jane comes back tomorrow. There she is. What did you find us? Anything? Came across a local church. 1 can of food. Dolores, you can have some food. 1 can left. And the trash can is now about 30 feet high. We've been throwing the cans outside, but trying not to get rid of the scraps. Mary Jane is hungry, Timmy is hungry, and Ted is hungry. Oh boy. Get out of here, Mary Jane. You're no longer human, so if we have to eat anyone, you're gonna be the first thing that we choose. I don't know what spider meat tastes like, but we may end up finding out. More raiders come knocking. I honestly don't know what to do at this point. I don't know if we can be rescued. Timmy is hungry. Well, you're not getting the last food. I can tell you that right now. It'll be Ted or Dolores. You're gonna die, Timmy. Dolores wants to eat something. Ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about that other door in the shelter. Should it even be here? Where does it lead? We'll take the flashlight. Maybe it leads to paradise. What will we find on the other side? Holy cow, this is one lucky day. While browsing through the junk in the room, we found a working radio. Timmy is hungry. Okay, fine, Timmy, you can have a bit of food. I don't want to see him starve, and Dolores has a couple more days left on him. If Mary Jane don't bring anything back, then Mary Jane and Ted are probably going to die, and if they die, it's game over. Dolores has not eaten for a while, and Ted is hungry. Mary Jane, we need you more than ever. She's still not back. We can take care of ourselves. That's what we say. One thing you don't expect is a band of people all dressed in green showing up at your doorstep and claiming that they take from the rich and give to the poor. That's exactly what happened to us. Should we let those clowns in? They might provide some quality entertainment. They take from the rich and give to the poor. Well, we're definitely not rich when it comes to food and water. I'm gonna let them in just to see what happens. At this point, it's time to make bad decisions. The government's never gonna come save us. Ever. It's been like 90 days since we've heard from them. Let's see, those merry men were not merry at all. They told us that we were rich and that we should share with the other 99% of the wasteland. They grabbed a few things and left. We couldn't do anything to stop them. Their green clothes were too damn hypnotizing, so I figured something bad would happen. We lost our axe, we lost our Boy Scout book, but I think we got a Boy Scout book back from Mary Jane, 2 bottles of water, a gas mask, a survival book, and no food. This is where we're fucked. Okay, everybody gets water, but now everyone's gonna die. Bandits are at our door. We survived for as long as we could, folks, but the writing's on the wall. We couldn't spare any food for Mary Jane, and eventually she reached a boiling point where her stare was enough to kill. She left without a word, but we knew she would probably become a highway woman and get all the food cans she would ever need. Ted is hungry. Oh. We'll miss you, Mary Jane. Timmy, get your ass out there. I don't know, maybe she'll be gone tomorrow? What? Mary Jane, you're still here? What? I thought you ran away. I guess the ghost of Mary Jane is gonna stick around with us forever. Yeah, I know you would love to eat something. We'll use a med kit on you. Boy Scout book on the roaches. She's sick, I guess. Oh man, I don't want to starve to death. Dolores has not eaten for a while. She needs to drink. She was cured. More raiders. I did not think that we would starve to death. Tomorrow is the last day, folks. I'm pretty damn sure. Dolores came down with a sickness. Ted has been infected with something. Not a damn thing we can do about it. We were afraid the army wouldn't get back to us. But they eventually did. The next transmission was full of evacuation promises. You know what? We're getting rid of the gun. If we don't, we're dead tomorrow anyways. Day 161. No! No! Dolores! You had so much to live for. Dolores is dead. Dolores bravely faced hunger, however. Eating is a habit that is hard to shake off. She couldn't take it anymore. And we decided to follow military orders and got rid of our rifle. We did so with a heavy heart. But if that's the price of getting to safety, we'll pay it gladly. That doesn't mean we'll never get another one, though. And Ted is about to starve to death. Yep. Okay. This sucks. We were probably just like 1 or 2 days away from rescue by the goddamn government. So if they want you to give up your guns, I guess you have to? That is bullshit. There were only so many days a man can survive without food. Ted was strong, but it was too much for him. He starved to death. Fond memories are one thing, but we need to be ready for harsh reality that awaits us. It's the XX century, so no one expects the Inquisition to show up. They did. They showed up and decided that our shelter would be a perfect place for their torture chamber. When we found out, we made the best effort to put as many miles between them and us as possible. We spent 164 days in our shelter, and we made our first contact with the military on day 10. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Radio sessions. Our house 60 seconds later. We had government aid on 37. Government aid on 52. This is dumb. I'm not very happy about the damn government. Law-abiding citizens for giving up our guns. We were probably going to be killed by raiders the day after giving up our gun anyway, like just a couple days within. We were driven away. Timmy came back. All the adults were dead. And even though he'd definitely been through enough at that point to be considered an adult, he decided to say screw it and left. And that is 60 seconds. Normally the games go much, much quicker than an hour and 35 minutes. Good lord. I did not expect that to last that long. Won't be playing this game again. Basically just a one-off, one-shot deal. I will see you guys in the next playlist.